Hello from Dublin in Ireland, the home of an extraordinary character called Mick Quinn, whose company sued the Nigerian government for a world record $11 billion. It's an amazing story that has its roots in the Niger Delta. In this part of the world, oil rig flares make the skies burn a darker blue, and acid rain turns the land into a toxic mix of oil, gas and water. Cancer and lung diseases are common. Life expectancy is just 42. In 2008, the Nigerian government wanted to use the waste gas to generate electricity. The oil companies weren't interested, too expensive, they said. So stepped forward Irish entrepreneur Mick Quinn. His shell company, P&Id, inexplicably won the 20-year contract, even though Quinn had no experience of the gas industry. Friends weren't surprised. He was a ruthless charmer who knew how Nigeria's corrupt procurement system worked.
If anybody was going to be involved in something like that, it'd be Mick. And in a sense, I mean that in a very good sense, that he'd take a chance and he had the aptitude to get into high finance with everybody and anybody. And
so it didn't surprise you?
Didn't surprise me, no.
Quinn led an extraordinary double life, divided between Ireland and Nigeria. He was a wheeler-dealer, said to have ties to Irish paramilitary groups. Brought up in the working-class area of Drimnagh in Dublin, Mick Quinn escaped poverty and the rows of terraced houses and made his money managing top Irish show bands. His other life in Nigeria was very different, where he became used to paying massive bribes to win military contracts. By 2012, it was clear that the contract that Quinn's company P&Id had won wasn't going to come off. Quinn accused the Nigerian government of reneging on the deal by not supplying the gas, and the plant was never built. His company, P&Id, went to arbitration court and sued the Nigerian government. The hearing was held behind closed doors. The judges, two Brits, Lord Hoffman and Anthony Evans, and former Nigerian Attorney General and Justice Minister Bayo Ojo, oversaw P&Id's court action, which went largely unchallenged by the Nigerian government. In 2017, the arbitration court awarded P&Id $6.6 billion in damages. That's now risen to $11 billion with interest. It was a massive wake-up call to the Nigerian government, and President Buhari ordered an appeal, which was lodged in the London High Court. By now, Quinn had died from cancer, but his company P&Id survived, run by Quinn's business partner, Brendan Cahill. In an amazing legal about-turn, Nigeria's appeal against the arbitration decision was given a massive boost by commercial court judge Sir Ross Cranston. Cranston ruled that Nigeria had established a strong case that the gas deal was corrupt.
If not for the judgment of Ross Cranston, we won't be where we are today. Because the courts decided that Nigeria's case has no merit, then the award will have gone ahead to be enforced, and the enforcement proceedings will commence and will continue. But due to the judgment by Sir Ross Cranston, which gave Nigeria the opportunity to challenge the awards,
and suddenly Nigeria was back in the game. Cranston ruled that Quinn's company had procured the contract by bribes paid to insiders. Cranston also noted that P&Id's barrister Trevor Burke was Quinn's nephew, who stood to make $850 million if P&Id won the case on appeal, a disclosure that rocked the British legal fraternity. Cranston's extraordinary ruling set up the latest appeal in London's High Court. Nigeria's legal fight was very much on course. The London High Court hearing began earlier this year and lasted for 8 weeks. Evidence was heard of Quinn's corrupt activities, which had led to the arrest of several Nigerian officials. questions were raised about corruption in Nigeria and the honesty and decency of the British legal system once considered sacrosanct.
This is undoubtedly one of the most extraordinary cases that's ever worked its way through the English legal system. And I think what's so staggering about Nigeria's allegations in this case was not only the claim that the underlying gas contract was procured through bribery, but then in an extraordinary long con, that this was cashed out. The proceeds of that corruption were then cashed out through an arbitration in London. Really at the heart of London's legal system, the pride of the English legal system here. And what's so extraordinary is how could that have happened over the course of a period of years.
This case has made legal history, being a ruling on the world's biggest arbitration award. Mick Quinn is no longer alive, but his corrupt practices and those of the Nigerians who were complicit remain a stain on the commercial world. Do you miss him?
I do, yeah. Yeah. I think of him, quite often. He was a great character, but unfortunately everything changes.